Okay, here's the next market minute. We talked about the will last time. Let's talk about the power of attorney. So here you're incapacitated, you're not dead, and you choose your agent. Usually it's your spouse if you're married. If you're not married, you're going to pick someone who wants to act as you in all areas of life, financially and otherwise. They will sign, like if I was my wife, and I am, my wife Diane's power of attorney, I would sign Brian, Brian Decker, comma, power of attorney for Diane C. Decker. But those people, here's three important things to know about your power of attorney. One is your primary agent is usually pretty easy if you're married, it's your spouse. Secondary agent is usually your children if they're competent. If they're competent children, list them as children. Now, if you have one or two, I recommend that you, especially if you have two, put them co-agents so that they're working together and there's no trust issues involved. Ideally, they are able to work together. So that talks about succession. Next thing is compensation. In the compensation part, I recommend that it say that you take no compensation for your agent because your power of attorney might be activated for only, a week or two. And by the way, it's a privilege to be power of attorney for your parents. So I would say delete the compensation part, keep reimbursement. If they incur any expenses on your part, on your behalf, they should be reimbursed. But delete compensation because it's so vague. It says, quote, reasonable compensation is due. Well, what the heck is reasonable compensation? We've seen $20,000, $30,000 checks being stroked for this, and there's no oversight, and it causes problems when the other siblings see that, quote, reasonable compensation is due. Last thing is activation or trigger clause. Is the power of attorney active on signature? That's ideal. It can be also activated by two doctors. If it's activated on signature, like my wife Diane and I, then it's very easy to just step in and act when you need to. But if you've got a marriage where it's a very difficult, tough marriage and trust really isn't there, change it from active on signature to two doctors determining competency. And if you have issues with Alzheimer's diagnosis, then have it be a family counsel. No one knows you better than your family.